Floyd Money Mayweather came out about a week ago claiming that Manny Pacquiao is too old and these young lions need to stop chasing him and fight each other instead. In addition to that, Mayweather also followed up by stating Manny Pacquiao earned the right to fight whoever he wants to fight at this point of his career. However, not too long after, which is today to be more specific, Pacquiao surprisingly responded by dissing Floyd for stating the obvious, which was, he's an old man. Pacquiao stated that Mayweather is envious of him because he's retired and I'm still fighting. I'm still a champion and he's still chasing the limelight. And just to quote Manny Pacquiao verbatim, according to the Daily Mail, he told the many other times, he is just envious because he's already retired. I'm still active and I have a title. Then Pacquiao got asked about the concern of retirement. Pacquiao responded by stating, and I quote, "Yes, I'm okay. No plans yet. No problem. I just finished hitting the punching bag. No retirement yet. Yes, I'm still training. God is good all the time." End of the quote. I guess these two can never ever get along. Let it go. Let it go. Manny Pacquiao, you can't get the Mayweather rematch no more. Let it go. Let it go. That's how Pacquiao should treat the situation. I mean, darn the Mayweather rematch. Their career is long, their money is long, their legacy is long. However, these two seem to can't get along. I mean, it's one thing if Floyd Money Mayweather came out dissing Pacquiao, and Pacquiao in return dissed Floyd. That would make sense. But when Floyd Mayweather is actually saying good things about Pacquiao, stating the obvious in the process, and Pacquiao still dissing Floyd, that lets you know where Pacquiao stands with Mayweather. He really uptight with the way the fight ended, the way he got dominated. Can you really blame him? I mean, old media put so much pressure on him, and his fans put even more pressure on him to beat Floyd Mayweather, that even with a good performance against Mayweather, winning 2 rounds, it still felt like a letdown because they was expecting him to put that blemish on Mayweather's undefeated record, and he failed to do so. So it feels like the most painful loss of his career, even though it's not the worst loss of his career. Let's get that clear. Pacquiao's worst loss was to Marquez when he got put to sleep and took a nap during the fight. However, you don't see Pacquiao attacking Marquez every chance he gets, because the most painful loss was the most important fight of his career, which was the Floyd Mayweather fight. So that's why Manny Pacquiao will always be chasing greatness, which in a way, that greatness surrounds Floyd. So in a way, he's chasing Floyd. And I don't even have to tell you that. Manny Pacquiao tells you that with his words and his actions. It don't matter what Mayweather says about him. Mayweather could say, from all I know, that Pacquiao is his best opponent to this day, and Pacquiao will still respond by dissing him. So he damn if he do, damn if he don't. Pacquiao just wants a rematch because he wants to erase that loss to Floyd Mayweather. It ain't like Manny Pacquiao is undefeated, but that loss to Mayweather was very devastating, even to old media. I mean, every single article that I read which reported Manny Pacquiao dissing Floyd for making the old man comments, every single article talked about the rematch. Peep this, nearly every article I read talked about how the rematch is possible, when it's definitely not. It's one thing for Manny Pacquiao to want the rematch, but what are these news outlets talking about? Mayweather already came out and confirmed that he's not coming back to boxing. He confirmed that he's not fighting Manny Pacquiao again. He confirmed that he's retired. He's just not retired from the sport of entertainment, which, according to Floyd, if I can make $600 million in 2 fights by doing joint promotion with the UFC, I'ma do so. You see Canelo Alvarez trying to do so. You see Manny Pacquiao signing to Conor McGregor promotion, hoping in the future he's able to do so. When both Canelo and Pacquiao criticized Floyd when he fought Conor McGregor. How ironic is that? But like I said, when old media even begs for their rematch, when you see old media desperate for the rematch, because it ain't just Pacquiao who lost, it's also old media who lost. And it was new media who got the W because we stay being objective. Furthermore, the best thing for Manny Pacquiao to do at this point of his career is to go the Duran route. And that's exactly what he's doing. Duran had his no mas moment with Sugar Ray that left him devastated, which that fight for Duran was equivalent to Mayweather fight for Pacquiao. And losing that fight to Leonard at the time by quitting was so painful that he gained depression afterwards. So to make up for that, to make up for quitting in the ring when he was still A-OK, he fought on to later on in his career fighting the best, moving up divisions, and he was able to rack up a lot of great wins, just like Manny Pacquiao today. However, by doing so, was he ever able to surpass Sugar Ray Leonard by doing so? Absolutely not, for multiple reasons. Obviously, Sugar Ray did his thing as well, and he also lost the trilogy fight to Sugar Ray Leonard at the time. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, whatever Duran accomplished, it made Sugar Ray Leonard look that much better because he beat Duran. Same thing for Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Money Mayweather. Whatever Manny Pacquiao does today, just like he beat Keith Thurman at an old age, being 40 years old, that makes the Mayweather win even bigger because Mayweather beat him 5 years ago and he beat him with ease. And people claim that Pacquiao was too old, even though Mayweather was older. They was willing to throw Manny Pacquiao under the bus as soon as he lost to Floyd. They were looking for all type of excuses, from his shoulder to him being old, and then 5 years later, he beats a prime Keith Thurman. Then they want to claim, oh man, that version right there, that's the old version of Pacquiao. But Mayweather beat Pacquiao 5 years ago, when he was 5 years better. When Freddie Roach claimed that was the best training camp of Pacquiao's career. When Freddie Roach stated and told my man Dante that the winner is going to be the better fighter of the two, and the loser won't have any excuses, according to Manny Pacquiao trainer. Which after the fight for all the Pactars, Freddie even stated Mayweather won the fight clearly. So with that being stated, no matter what Pacquiao does, everything he accomplishes now makes Mayweather look even better. Just like Canelo Alvarez. Floyd spanked him every single minute of every single round when Mayweather was already a grandpa, and Canelo Alvarez, on the other hand, he was in his prime. So whatever Canelo Alvarez accomplishes from now on makes Mayweather looks that much better because Mayweather had every disadvantage on his side, from being a grandpa, from being smaller by like 20 pounds. That was Mayweather fifth weight division, and that was Canelo bully weight division. Canelo had the power advantage, the size advantage, the youth advantage, and Mayweather still spanked him every single round. So whatever Canelo Alvarez does from this point on makes Mayweather look that much better. And for the comparison that I made earlier between Pacquiao and Duran, the only difference is Duran actually beat Sugar Ray Leonard at one point, and he did it impressively because he moved up 2 divisions to do so. On the other hand, Manny Pacquiao never beat Floyd. Matter of fact, Manny Pacquiao got dominated by Floyd. So Pacquiao is a great fighter, no doubt. He's been fighting for nearly 4 decades, and regardless of any setback, he always came back harder. They were always minor setbacks for major comebacks, even though they look like major losses. Like when he got put to sleep by Marquez, he came back even better than before. That's why you have to pay homage and respect Pacquiao, because he's a fighter that moved the sport of boxing in a tremendous way while being respectful. It's very hard for a fighter to be respectful and still become a superstar. That's very hard to do. Only few did it. Sugar Ray Leonard was one of them guys, but what I'm pretty much saying is Manny Pacquiao had the it factor, and he always been himself. He didn't have to talk trash or change his persona to be a superstar in the game. So I respect Manny Pacquiao for that. But one thing for sure, for the Pacquiao fans and for old media, instead of hating on Floyd Mayweather, appreciate Mayweather, because he even made Pacquiao look like a nobody when Pacquiao is one of the all-time greats. Pacquiao will always be one of my favorite fighters of all time, just like Floyd, but I'ma always be objective and I'ma always tell the truth regardless of my emotions, regardless of my feelings. I'ma think with my brain, not with my emotions. And last but not least, for all the people that was coming at me, your broski Akhi, claiming, hey Akhi, you heard what Mayweather had to say. Why are you still talking about Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence Crawford and all of these young bucks? They should fight each other. Oh, nah. According to Pacquiao, he's not an old man. According to Pacquiao, Mayweather being envious. So he still got it. He still wants to fight the best. So let him have it. So I could talk about whatever I want to talk about now. See, Mayweather came out saying, hey, I'm retired from the sport of boxing. I'm just not retired from the sport of entertainment. And that's how I took it. And that's how I started treating the situation. Just like Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao himself said he's in tremendous shape and he's still training every day. And God have blessed him. So may Allah bless him some more and protect him. So with that being stated, it's Pacquiao who wants the fights. So it ain't up to Mayweather, it's up to Pacquiao. So according to Pacquiao, he want all the smoke. So that's how we're gonna treat the situation. With that being stated, drop your comments below what y'all think about what Mayweather had to say and what Pacquiao had to say. Who y'all co-sign with, who y'all agree and disagree with. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. And like Roger Mayweather always say, if you want to know some shit about boxing, subscribe below. If you want to get smarter by the minute, if you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't, and listen to these decafs, aka dumb casual ass fans / old media that don't know ish about boxing. Shout out to DBN, the entrepreneur of new media that I'm a part of. And if you're a casual fan and you want to be a hardcore, all you have to do is click on the notification bell to get notified every time I go live on Split Decision, which is going to be tomorrow. It's a boxing debate / talk show where Akhi is the past, present, and future undisputed pound for pound #1 when it comes to debating. So call in, tune in. You know, they don't call me the Mayweather of debating for nothing. Undefeated with 424 debates on Split Decision alone with 424 KOs. They don't call me the Iron Mike of Split Decision for nothing, because I'm being the most feared when it comes to debating. None of these decafs got the cojones to even call in. So call in, tune in, and to all my broskis, if you want to talk boxing, call in. To all the decafs, if y'all want to debate boxing and get knocked out, call in. And like I always say, shout out to Lunatune for the funniest boxing memes. That's my broski, my Akhi. Follow him too on IG and keep it a G, and follow me too as well. I'm going to leave all these links in the description box below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Eid Mubarak wa kull aam wa antum bakhair.